Okay. So I just explain this first. So six. What is siksa? Like an instruction. In an astakam. Eight. Like eight instructions. This is only thing what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wrote down. This is the only text what he had. These 8 verses. So, and these are directly these correspond the level of consciousness when you chant. So that this is explaining what should be the mood when we are chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, especially Hare Krishna mantra. So let's read this first. Wait. Okay. So Cheto Darpana Marjanam. Cheto Darpana Marjanam. Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam. Sreya Kairava Chandrika. Vitaranam Vidyavadu Jivanam. Just wait. So, okay. Ananda Buddhi Vardhanam. Pratibadam Purnam Richasvadanam. Sarvadmasnapanam. Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. Then I read the translation. This is Srila Prabhupada's translation. Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. The Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables one to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. So here this is kind of explaining what happens, what is the result, what do you gain by chanting. So one should glorify the chanting of the Maha Mantra because it cleanses the heart. So it purifies from all the karma. And then not only purifying all the karma, but it also extinguishes the fire of conditional life, which means that it kind of destroys the desire to make more karma. It's one thing is to purify the karma, but if I don't lose the desire to make more karma, then what is the use of that purifying? So this is and it says that this is actually it's the main it's the prime benediction for humanity at large. And why is that? Because it purifies the consciousness. So it actually makes us normal again. It brings us back to not bringing something new in, but it brings back to everyone to our original state. It purifies the consciousness. In that sense, it's one wants to do something for the humanity. Or life in general. That's the best thing one can do. That one gives people something that can actually purify the consciousness there, so that they actually reach the self-realization and God realization. In that sense, it's the main thing. Okay. And it's the life of all transcendental knowledge. So if because it's the Krishna's name, it's the God's name, you understand. So it's the actually source of all knowledge, and it's in that sense it's the prana of the jnana. It's the prana of the jnana. It's the life of all understanding. So all the knowledge comes from the same source, and in this mantra, all the understanding is in this mantra. We just have to realize the mantra, but everything is there, you understand, because that mantra is the sonal incarnation of the God, which means that everything comes from that mantra. So everything is packed in that mantra. So in that sense, it's everything one needs. If one wants to understand something, that's everything is there. You just chant, and it's there. All the understanding is there. So.
Is the prana of knowledge?
Huh?
Is the prana of all knowledge?
Yeah. It's the prana or life of all the understanding. It's the soul of all the understanding. Okay. And it increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. So everyone is looking for happiness. Happiness is like naturally we are looking for happiness, but we don't know where to get it. But they say that Mahamantra, all the happiness, what we need is coming from there. We don't need any. When we realize that, that's all happiness is there. And it's increasing. It's increasing. It's the ananda. It's the spiritual bliss. It's increasing. It's getting better and better all the time. So, and we are always looking for that happiness, but we don't understand where we can get that happiness. We are looking for it outside by doing different things, but it's in this mantra. It's in this Mahamantra. That's why they see that this Mahamantra is for the Kali Yuga. That's the method to reach the self-realization and God realization. Everything is there. Okay? And then next one. Nam Nam Akari Bahudha.
Nam Nam Akari Bahudha.
Niya Sarva Saktis.
Niya Sarva Shaktis.
Tatha Arpita Niyamita.
Tatha Arpita Niyamita.
Smaranena Kalaha.
Smaranena Kalaha.
Edadrisi Tava Kripa.
Edadrisi Tava Kripa.
Bhagavam Mamapi.
Bhagavan Namapi.
Durdaivam Idrisham Ihajani.
Durdaivam Idrisham Ihajani.
Nanuragaha.
Nanuraga.
Okay, so now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained first what is the benefit, why you should chant. And now he goes to this, now it goes to the bhava, in his mood. Oh my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. Oh my Lord, out of kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I'm so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. Okay, so now he kind of reveals that like the ultimate that how merciful that self-realization method is, just to chant the mantra. That there's all the benedictions are in these mantras. And then it's mentioned here that God has hundreds and millions of names. So it's not only that this is, but all the and that in these all these names. So now we get away from this kind of sectarian mood. It's okay, that the religion is not right and that religion is not right. We get away from that sectarian mood, and we understand that actually there's hundreds and millions of names of gods, and all these all the transcendental energies, all the saktis of God are invested in these mantras. You understand? They say that Hare Krishna mantra, all the saktis are in the same mantra, but there can be some other card name. There's some saktis are there, some saktis are on the other name. Some gods' names there's more saktis, some god names less, but they are all purely spiritual and they purify the consciousness. So now we get this understanding that actually it's universal.
When you say Sakti in this case is the
internal Sakti, Antaranga Sakti, yes. God's internal energy which is purifying the consciousness, not Bahiranga, not external Sakti. And then he says that it's so easy, this self-realization method is so easy that there's no any hard and fast rules for chanting this. You can chant it with any melody or any time, you can chant as long as you are focused. And then he just expressed his gratitude that God is so kind that you let us so easily approach you. We are looking for God, everywhere, but it's very easy. You understand? You're chanting, you listen. Sometimes people get doubtful. Can it be that easy? Is it really? You just chant some name. There has to be something more. It cannot be that easy, but it is. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says here that you can. It's incarnation of the God. You ask, where is the God? Show me the God. God is in His names. You chant the names. God is there. We talk about Huandis. That it's actually, you are talking with God when you are chanting. Only thing that you don't understand, God understands it, but God realized that already, but you don't, I haven't yet understood that. Okay, and now this is important. So Chaitanya says that, okay, you are so merciful, you give it this kind of easy method, but now he calls self-reflect. So at the same time, so this should be our mood. Same time we are express our gratitude to God, but same time we should actually understand that I'm so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. We should also recognize our own situation and understand that it doesn't work because I don't work. You understand? We should be grateful that we can do this, but at the same time we should reflect and try to understand that if it doesn't work, it's because I don't have taste in that properly. You understand? If I would have taste, it would work. So, and that brings the taste. So this is the technique. This is the technique. When I take the humble position and I admit that I'm not very high level, my consciousness is not very high level. And this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying this, and he was incarnation of God, so his consciousness was high level, but still he has this humility that I don't have taste. I'm unfortunate. So yes. Okay, and next one is very nice. Trinat api sunitsena.
Trinat api sunitsena.
Taror api sahisnuna.
Taror api sahisnuna.
Amanina manadena.
Amanina manadena.
Kirtaniya sadahari.
Kirtaniya sadahari.
And now what is the solution for this? I don't have taste. So now next step is Chaitanya is giving the solution. So okay, what you can do about it? So okay, now we admit we don't have taste. Remember this is related to us. We should take these instructions and try to build our chanting based on this system. It's like a Patanjali has yoga system. These 8 verses are system how to chant. This is the yoga system. But now we have less pages. You can read very fast. So study this very carefully. So, okay, one should chant the holy name of the Lord in the humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than tree, devoid all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. So, if we have some other mindset than this, even when we are chanting, we are not chanting. It goes, you understand, it doesn't touch the consciousness. So one should chant, first of all, one should understand, one should chant the holy name of the Lord. One should understand that that's the God's holy name. You understand it? We should have a reverent mood on that it's something very special. We should understand, we shouldn't interpret it. And humble state of mind. We should be humble, in the humble state we should chant like we are thinking of oneself lower than straw in the street. If you have seen the grass is the most, everyone is walking on the grass. It's walking on the grass. We should actually see our relationship. So when we see that it's the holy name of the Lord, it's like everything, then it's natural that we see that, okay, I'm almost nothing, comparing to that. We get the perspective, you understand? And that should be our mood when we chant. Because there was one nice devotee, Ravindra Swarup, he says that humility related to this thing, humility is the realism that we are small. The soul is, Bhagavad Gita says it's 10,000 of tip of the hair. That's the size of the soul. So soul is small. So soul is, so if you put all the souls of this world, all the animals and plants, everything, if they are all 10,000 tip of the hair, you put it on the surface of the earth, it's about on crash level. Think about that. It's humility is realism. Okay, well, and one should be more tolerant than tree. So if you think about tree is very tolerant. You can take the fruits, you can cut the branches. Tree never complains. Never that don't do it. You understand? You can. It can burn sometimes when there's forest fire. The tree burns. All the whole tree becomes black, and it's probably lots of suffering there. But tree is still standing there and don't complain. You understand? So we should think about this. There should be same time this kind of internal lamentation that I'm not, but externally I should be tolerant. You understand? If someone don't give you respect, it's okay. If someone gives you respect, it's okay. Externally, but internally we should be craving. You understand? There should be this kind of the internal bhajan going. Bhajan means like an internal, prayer going on. That you understand, begging the mercy. But externally we shouldn't. You understand? We shouldn't demand anything. You understand? We just tolerate the external heat and cold. Bhagavad Gita, heat and cold, happiness, distress, they come and go. Externally, we should be very sober with this.
Internal prayer is bhajan.
Yeah, like a bhajan, this kind of internal. Bhajan means like an internal mood, developing this kind of internal prayerful and helpless mood. Internally, not like having low self-esteem that I'm actually helpless, you understand. But internally, I should on the relation to the God, I should actually show that I don't understand anything. I'm not anywhere, I'm almost nobody, on that relationship, and that's how consciousness get purified.
B-H-A-J-N.
Huh?
B-H-A-J.
Yeah. Devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. So one should be actually without any ego, chant when I chant without any ego, not only when chanting but the rest of the day also, and then also ready to give respect to all the other living beings. Not only human beings but also animals and plants. I should respect them as a spiritual units of consciousness which are actually part of that same God which I'm chanting. You understand? Everything is part of the same reality. I should give respect. Like I'm giving respect to God, I should give respect to everyone else also, because they are part of it. No one is outside. Even if someone is outside, they are inside. You understand? So everyone is. There's no one is outside of the God. If someone says that if there's that kind of person, that devil, that's also coming from the same source. And if we understand that that's also a person which is coming from the same source, we should give respect to him also. Do you understand? Not necessarily following, but we should that devil is also part of the God's creation, and that sense it's divine ultimately. Do you follow this? It's a little bit quite. And in such state of mind, now he says that when you should chant, one should chant holy name to Lord constantly. We can do it all the time. They say that those who are self-aware, they are doing it even when they sleep. They are chanting. It's going on. It's internal bhajana is going on. It's their whole life is based on that. You understand? We chant always when it's possible. Okay, and then. Do you want to? It's quite late. What do you think? You want to stop halfway, or we do one more? Or?
Maybe you want me to do the fourth one.
Yeah, and then we do later for next one. Okay, next one. Nadanam najanam nadanam najanam
Nadhanam najanam
nasundari
nasundari
kavitam va
kavitam va
jagad isa kamaye
jagadisha
mama janmani janmanishvare
mama janmani janmanishvare
bhavatat bhaktir ahaituki tvayi. Okay. Oh Almighty Lord, I have no now Chaitanya. Now he reveals his like own nature, so that he is his own desire. So we should do it same way. So we should first understand these three. We should understand what is this mantra, how to chant it. But then after that we should also express our own desire. You understand? If you chant, sometimes people say that okay, you have to be free from desire. But it's not like that. Their story about this, is a little bit related to this. There was one lady, he was carrying the wood like to burn. And then he dropped the food, he stumbled some rock or something, he dropped the food, and then Krishna, then he was saying, oh Krishna, and then Krishna appeared. He asked, what do you want? You asked me to appear. He said, can you help me to lift this food up? And Krishna helped him to lift food and disappeared. You understand? From all the desires, he just asked to give this food. So we should be very specific because that's how the holy name works. That's how the Mahamantra works. That we should have spiritual desire that is moving towards the spirit. We should develop the desire. Because of desires we are conditioned, and because of desires we get out. We become free. But we just have to change the desire. So now Chaitanya says his own desire. Oh Lord, so I have no desire to accumulate wealth, so make the money. Nor do I desire beautiful women or beautiful people in general. I don't want to, connect to opposite or same sex. Nor I want any number of followers. So this is also that I'm not trying to become famous. I only want your courseless devotional service, birth of the birth. That I only want bhakti. I only want to practice this bhakti. I want to be devoted, lovingly devoted to God. That's my only desire. So not for money, or not desiring to accumulate lots of wealth in this life, nor desiring to desire the beautiful people, nor want become famous, but doing the bhakti. We should admit when we do internally, if we have material desires, we should face them, not like a copy paste here that I say, oh, I don't have any, I don't desire, and still, but we should actually become. This is the whole idea of this one. Chaitanya is this level. He's saying this because that's his level. You understand? He don't desire this, but we have so many desires. So we should admit internally. We should admit when we chant. We should admit I have these desires, but at the same time we should develop the desire for the bhakti. I want this and that, but I don't want these things. I want the bhakti. You understand? We should develop the desire for bhakti, but at the same time we shouldn't be artificially pretending that I don't have any desires. But we should admit that I have so many desires, but I don't want my desires anymore. Please take them away. So this is, as you can see, this is the yoga system. So first verse, just to do the summarize. So first verse, it's kind of what are the benedictions? How the mantra is affecting it. So the first verse is explaining how it affects. Yes, huh? Yeah, benefits, and how it affects. And second verse Second verse is that how merciful it is. That, and then also understand that how I'm not really I'm very disconnected. So I recognize how merciful is the mantra and how disconnected I am. Can you follow? And then the next one is that what should be my bhava, what kind of mood I should have. And how it's kind of technical part. How I should chant. I should chant all the time and with the humble state of mind. And then next one is that I should develop the desire, be connected with my desires first, and then consciously trying to purify my desires by desiring not to have desires, these material desires. This is what Patanjali says. You remember that you use the one thing, one samskara to destroy the other samskara. So you use the one desire to destroy the unwanted desire. Because our problem is that we have these negative desires, but we don't want to get rid of them. Even we don't have desire to get rid of them. But we should consciously sometimes take time, sit down and observe what kind of material desires I have, and try to develop desire that can destroy this desire. Because that's how we work. We work through the desires.
So basically here I just use one material desire to burn.
Yeah, to overcome the other one. Yes.
One material desire could be just internalized. Yeah. And then I kind of learn to develop. I consciously develop desires that are spiritually take me towards the spiritual. You understand? It's yoga practice. I consciously, instead of trying to get rid of the desires, I try to consciously develop desires that actually help me to go towards the spiritual direction. It's much more practical than trying to get rid of the desires. It's much more practical, isn't it? That I just try to develop the desires that help me to become free from material desires. Because desire is natural. It's a function of the self. Bhakti is the original desire, and we should try to get back to that original desire, to be devoted to Supreme and to the whole creation of the Supreme. It's nice. I would, especially those of you who chant regularly Hare Krishna mantra as a practice, as a person, as a ahnik, as a personal yoga practice. I would suggest that take this and regularly. Some people do it every day before they chant. They read this through because it's like studying the scriptures. If you do the Ashtanga Yoga, you study the Yoga Sutras in order to be connected to the practice. So this is, if you chant the Mahamantra, this is the yoga like a main. One says it's the main text. Because that explains how it works and how you should do it. But now it's, of course, a little bit easier because it's shorter. You can study it. You cannot read the Yoga Sutras every day. So maybe you can, but then you don't have time to practice. Yeah, so this is important stuff. Okay? So read it, study it. Maybe, if you want, memorize it so that you remember it. And then meditate it. What does it mean? And talk with. If you have possibility to talk with people who practice, then have some study group about it. This is. One says this is, if you do the bhakti, this is all you need. Of course, there are lots of other things. We can study Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and we should do that also. But one says, if you have the mantra and you have the Siksastaka, then they can drop you to the remote island, and you can. It's okay, no problem. That's all you need. So it's very condensed way. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was divine incarnation. He just said everything what is need to be said, and that's it. And he wrote down only what you need to be said, and nothing special, nothing extra. Only things that you need, and that's it, finished. Good. On that side. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's go home, and also Jonas can get back sleep.
But it's no class tomorrow.
Huh?
It's no class, Asana class.
Morning class.
Friday?
Yeah,
It is.
yeah. But don't worry about it.
No.
If you feel tired, then you can come afternoon, no problem.
Yeah.
Just get enough sleep
Yeah.
and chant your rounds. Good.